Are you ready to embark on a spiritual business journey? What would that even mean to you? You know that you have a deeper calling, but is it crazy to think that you could actually run a business based on your gifts, knowledge, or expertise and make a living doing what you love? In this video, I will help you explore the 5 key signs that indicate you're ready to take the leap and start either a part-time or full-time spiritual business. So join me to discover if now is the perfect time to start your spiritual business and embrace your calling. I remember when I was a full-time lawyer wearing Banana Republic pinstripe suits, J. Crew blouses, and Nine West heels, and constantly feeling like I was meant for more. Living this disconnect from my purpose left me feeling confused, anxious, and completely out of alignment with my soul calling. I remember I used to start holding one-on-one sessions for clients to coach them on their career and life, and I would get up to meet with them at 6:30 in the morning before I had to leave for the office, or 7 p.m. when it was fairly certain I should be home, and honestly, sometimes I had to reschedule if it was a late night. I started exploring my coaching and mentoring gifts and seeing what it felt like to be in my zone of genius, and over time, it just became impossible to plug into the matrix and show up for the paycheck. I'm not saying you should burn bridges or quit your job just because you decide the time is now. It could be that the time is now, but it's to start taking some intentional action or find a supportive community or really let yourself dream bigger. So make sure to stick around until the end because I will make sure to suggest specific next steps for you if you realize all 5 signs are lined up and nudging you to launch that spiritual business. Now, before we jump in, hello and welcome to my channel. If you are new, I'm Chelsea Fournier, aka your intuitive business mentor. And in this space, we talk about how you can design and run an online business that you love and that loves you back. That means bringing your knowledge, gifts, and expertise out to the world as a coach, healer, or helper, and earning a living doing what you love. As you explore the videos on this channel, you will find inspiration, encouragement, and very practical tips and tutorials on how you can launch and grow a business online, even if you're an empath or sensitive soul navigating this crazy online world. If you've been watching a couple videos, like what you see, and have forgotten to subscribe, make sure to subscribe and hit that little ding bell to become aware when I share new videos that I know will help you on your journey. So first off, what do I personally mean by a spiritual business? You are perhaps deep into your own spiritual journey. You've done a lot of healing. Maybe you know there's more to do personally, but you see how gifts have been awakened in you, or knowledge is bubbling out of you that you know could help others on their own journey of physical, spiritual, or emotional healing or growth. You maybe aren't quite sure what you would call yourself, right? But you see your gifts as something that would be like an amalgamation of coaching, teaching, helping, healing, holding space, and you're an emerging leader in that space, but you aren't quite sure how it would all play out, and that's okay. I actually know several accountants and lawyers who truly see their work of blending the business world with the spiritual world as their gifts, so I don't discredit that you could find your calling in unusual paths, but for the purposes of this video, I'm going to sum it up that you're likely considering being a coach, a teacher, a healer, or a helper. The first 2 signs are most relevant if you're in a job right now, but if you've already left the workforce, you can perhaps look back and see how this played into your leaving a job or how it plays into other relationships or dynamics in your life right now. Sign number 1, you are working for someone else right now, but you always feel like there is something else that you should be doing. You have to force yourself to stay focused. You're likely good at what you do right now, but you constantly feel a tug of your energy, your focus, and your spirit throughout the day. You wish you could bring the real you into your job in some way and then realize it would just be an uphill battle, so you just daydream about what your next chapter could look like. Sign number 2, you feel like there's a tension between you and your managers or colleagues or authority. You no longer want to be told what to do. You want your gifts to be appreciated and allowed space to help shape and shift organizations. You can probably see how your coaching, healing, or help could be so much more beneficial if you were allowed to show up fully at your work. But you know you're just there for the paycheck and they just pay you enough to keep you in your job description. Sign number 3, you are using your gifts on some scale. Maybe you use your gifts on yourself, your partner, your children, friends, or family. Or maybe that has expanded out to doing some local workshops or starting a social media channel where you offer free guidance. Or maybe you're bartering or accepting monetary value for your work. You're somewhere on this sliding scale of stepping into your full worth, and it's exciting and scary at the same time. Sign number 4, people are already asking you when this will be ready. Casual conversations about what you do turn into deep dives into your own journey or how you could support someone. People start asking you, when will you start taking clients? When will you do a workshop on this? Is there a way I can work with you? It maybe doesn't feel like enough to hope you could replace your day job income or create a full time income yet, but it's the universe nudging you to see that your gifts are needed by the collective and there will be a receptive audience. Sign number 5, you have fears about whether this will work, whether you are ready, whether you can overcome the skill gaps that will be needed to launch and run an online business. If this is a crippling fear, you may not be ready. But if it's a small fear, or you can identify it as ego creeping in to help you play small, right? It may be time to explore expanding that comfort zone. Society has trained us to have these questions and allow space for fears like, how are you going to pay your bills? How will you pay for health insurance? How will you learn what you need to do? But if you can see that your fears are there to protect you and you can support your nervous system as you begin to take steps and allow it to unfold, it just might be time. I know you may have journaled about the business you want to create, received downloads about how it will play out, or had readings predicting you will be a major force in your field, and I have no doubt. But how to start taking specific steps and to understand what it really means to charge for your services and create a sustainable business out of it all can be a little overwhelming, which is why I'm here and why this channel exists. So, what are some specific steps that you could take if you're nodding your head and feeling a full body yes to all 5 of these signs? Something to consider is allowing yourself time and space weekly to plug into a community of like-minded beings. Inside of my intuitive business community, we gather weekly for a live call. We rotate whether it's a strategy teaching or helping to boost your knowledge around running an online business, and then Q&A calls to help you personalize your goals, actions, and intentions for your business and get feedback. Now, I'll make sure there is a link in the description below to explore that. It is a paid community, but it is designed to be insanely accessible as you start your business journey. Now that you have more ideas on how to identify when it's the right time to launch a spiritual business, your mind and energy may be lit up right now. I want you to take conscious steps towards bringing your gifts out to the world and earn a real living doing what you love as a coach, healer, or helper online. I want you to start exploring what it would look like to charge for your services and think about pricing for what you do or are thinking of doing. But how do you do that? Well, it starts with checking out the videos in my playlist here all about pricing your coaching and healing services. Because combining what you just explored in this video with what you can start to untap around pricing to create a real vision of what this business could be will be 10 times more powerful. So see you in the next video.